Bad day for Jason Wade and Wason Jade. What are the odds? But before we get going, I hope you don't mind if I take just a moment to thank the following people for signing up for the Patreon supporter of the Cause Club: Frank, Henry No. 3 Studios, Bianca, Chris, and Todd H. Folks, thank you very, very, very much for your support. And if you would like to find out what that's all about, the link, of course, is in the description. Begin with an A chord. It's got to be 3-finger A because we're going to begin with our ring finger off of the B string. A suspended 2. You're going to give it a strum and hammer onto that B string 2nd fret. Do it once. Off. Twice. Off. At the beginning, you're going to do that much again. That's when he starts to sing. Now, you could do that with these 3 fingers, or you could do it with these 3 fingers. That's the way Fuel does it, and the reason is we're going to add to this situation the E string 2nd fret. That's an F sharp note, and we're going to do the exact same thing, but now the pinky finger is hammering on. The other option would be to thumb guy it. But whichever way it shows, D, you can mess around with the E string open on that D, and then we're switching to this crazy chord. It's D minor major 7. E1, G2, B2, and the ring finger comes off the B string halfway through. So, here's your first verse. Once, twice, thumb guy F sharp, or the other way. D, crazy chord, and then at the end it's the, and that's your first verse. The second verse is exactly the same, but you're not going to do this twice through at the beginning because there's a pause. That's when he's singing, and then the band kicks in, so you're only going to do it half as much the second time. The chorus, and she swears there's nothing wrong. D, E, and then our E2, D2, G2 situation. Then we're going to go back to E suspended 4. That's E plus your pinky finger on the G string 2nd fret, and it's just going to go 1 strum on sus4, 1 strum back to regular. D, E, this thing, again, then D, B minor, back into the verse, and you can mess with taking your middle finger off the B string 3rd fret on your B minor chord. That's your chorus. The solo section begins just like the verse, but it ends a little bit different. Your A thing. Add the F sharp to D, but then we're gonna go F, G, back into A. That's your solo section. By the way, I like to take note of these little things that happen in other songs, these odd things, so that when time comes to do it, whether you're playing for yourself or for your campfire guests, or for a bar, you remember what to do. This F, G, A progression, if we look at it as bar chords, we can see it for what it really is. We start at a major chord, go up 2 frets, a whole step, and 2 more frets, and we end up back at home. A is home for this song, right? It's where this song begins and ends. And this major chord, whole step thing is the Mario ending. I'm sorry, but your princess is in another castle. And that's what's going on when you helps me make it more memorable. And now you know everything there is to know except for the very last chorus, which of course happens a bunch of times. The very last time he says left a note that said I'm sorry, he doesn't land on D like the previous times. He lands on B minor and then hits regular old D minor, not D minor major 7. They play it as the B minor shape up on frets 5, 6, and 7. Left a note that said I'm sorry, but you go ahead and play it this way. Doesn't matter. They're the same chord. And then you go into the outro, which is the same as the solo section with the Mario ending that we just discussed. Now go thee and have a good day playing Bad Day. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time with more stuff on another day. Goodbye.